Hello everybody, welcome back to Planet Coaster, doing a Cedar Fair Six Flags style park. So as you can see here, starting off with the entry area, the water fountains that places like King's Dominion, King's Island have. What I went ahead and did here was use the swimming pool, as you'll see as the footage goes on here, to create the water fountains. Now this is also sped up footage, so I recorded this and then went in and sped it up and then did the voiceover to it. So you're seeing 45 minutes condensed into about 20 minutes worth of video. Anyway, welcome to Planet Coaster 2. I know I did the live stream when game first came out, but we really haven't done anything specific with the game yet. So I look forward to building this Six Flags Entertainment Company style amusement park, as they are now one company, which me personally not a fan of, but it is what it is. Alright, so right here what I've done is I found some aquatic themed storage chests, and then as you'll see, once I get them placed and duplicated and all that, I go in and add the water fountains to them, and then go in and put the big jumping fountains on a sequencer thing, so they're not always going off. Again, starting with the entrance of the park and going from there. So, the swimming pool, it was a better idea than trying to, because you can't really do a perfect rectangle or square design yet in this game using the scenery tool to dig holes and all that. So I just used a swimming pool, and as you'll see later, I put do not enter barriers at the head end of it once I place the pathway to keep people out. But there I am adding the fountains to the boxes, the storage chests, and honestly, it makes it look like those are like individual like pump boxes essentially that help pump the water through. The fountains. So again, taking that inspiration from your King's Island, King's Dominion, some of the older legacy pre-Cedar Fair owning them parks, so CBS, Paramount. If you really want to go back, Taft, who opened both parks. I don't know if those are the two I can think of that were started by Taft, and then for those who follow on all know that Cedar Fair eventually bought them, and now Cedar Fair and Six Flags are one giant chain. So right here, I'm just going through adding some bubble machines just to kind of put some motion in the water. Give the water some life. Trying to figure out what other effects. I eventually did settle on some flamethrowers that I put. You'll see those whenever I get to them. Don't want confetti, although if I do a fireworks show, confetti would be interesting. Set some confetti shooters and put them at the tail end of the sequence. So there we go, I found the flamethrowers. Putting those in the corners. I like the effect it gives when you move it. Thought about putting one in the water, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. So now we'll go in, we'll add our display sequencer here, which is basically it controls the sequence here. Me selecting one at a time instead of multiple for a split second there. So this is only the beginning of the park. We'll do another episode down the line where we add more rides. I just wanted to kind of get a baseline start here of what we had in terms of the entrance area, shops and stalls and all that. Things you would find toward the front of the park. And then I was just looking for scenery to add. I didn't think I added any to it. But yeah, there we go. Alright. Now this is the point where I add pathways. So it goes down either side of the fountain area. It's not equal, but it works. And here I go adding the do not enter barriers, and then I went ahead and, as you'll see when we get to it, I put barrier. I found a wall piece I like that I used as decor in front of it to help hide those. Because I don't want people... I could have probably put an employee path in there, so employees could have gotten in there. Oh well. So here's me trying to figure out what wall I want to use. I eventually settled on something. Settled on this wall. As it's just tall enough it helps hide. There's do not enter barriers. I have to figure out if this game has the null barrier thing like Planet Zoo has, where you can do invisible do not enter walls. I don't know if that's in this game or not. There we go. Nice little fountain area to start us off, and now I go in here and I start adding all of the food options and whatnot. Tried to do a park entrance and placed it, and then I realized I don't like it, so deleted it, and then had to go through and redo the pathing that I broke. There we go. Fix that up. Wound up putting just a bunch of bathrooms kind of all daisy chained together right here. Just to kind of put in the gift shops right next to each other, right there like that. And then we went in and did all the food and drink along here, giving people places to eat. And I do like the final result of how this turned out. It does look good. Me being indecisive. There we go. So again, this is just the start. We'll add on as time goes on. But yeah. Alright, I'm going to stop talking for a few minutes and let you enjoy the footage with the music. Alright, so now we've moved on to the rides. Just kind of, again, some basic, you know, rides, nothing too crazy. Here I'm adding the pathway for the carousel that I just wound up looping around it, very jank looking, but it gets the job done. Next up, we added the bumper cars. Extending the pathway just to give me some more space to eventually, as we do episodes, we'll build further down. Me adding the queue lines and all that for rides. In this game, it's so... Sometimes you do a short line because you think, oh, well, the ride's not going to be popular, and then it turns out to be popular, and then you wind up having lines that aren't long enough. And right here, what I did was and right on cue, there goes the flamethrowers and fountain effect that I added. So right there, you saw me adding the pathways from the buses, which are the guest spawn points. I think you might be able to remove those. I don't know. I keep them in because they don't bother me any. Me trying to figure out what roller coaster to add. I set it on 1 and tried it like 3 times and then just moved on from it. See, didn't like it, wound up deleting it. Good old rapid delete, gets rid of everything. Having to repair the path. I don't know why I did a second attempt at placing this. Because it's a family invert coaster I found on the workshop, so it's nothing to write home about, but it's some good scenery and all that. Again, wound up not settling on it because I don't know, couldn't get it to level out, so it was hidden. It was upright a bit, and I didn't like it. So here we go again. Trying to do that. Wouldn't let me do it, so I just said screw it, deleted the whole thing. For the 3rd time it's I think. And then had to redo the pathway here. So that way the path was nice and straight. Trying to find the invert custom I did, a B&M invert I made myself. Took me a few minutes, finally found it. There it is, that's the one I made for someone else's park. Trying to figure out where to place it. Wound up placing it right there. Like that. Then I placed the entrance and the exit on the wrong side of the pathway. And had to move it as you just saw. We got the ride testing just to make sure it'll complete the layout. And then we added another coaster. There we go. converting it to a block break ride, and then retesting it with 3 trains. Because again, you never know how popular the coaster may be. Me going through the wooden coaster options, I wound up not going for it. Because I'm sorry, Frontier, but some of your coasters are a wee bit jank for my liking. So I wound up doing more flat rides instead here. And I know that's going to be a problem once the parks open with the swings and the bumper cars path leading out to the same point, but oh well. And then if I haven't mentioned this already, this footage is sped up to 2 times, so it went from 45 minutes to like 20-ish minutes. And then obviously the voice track overhead. So now we've moved on to placing the streetlights. In a minute or two, you'll see I went ahead and set the time to night just to kind of get a baseline on what it looked like. Because I did put some lights to light up the coaster. I think the next episode what we'll do is we'll go in and we'll add the benches and the picnic tables and all that for people to sit and eat at. There's me putting the lights near the coaster so people can see it. I think you can go in and change the color. I'll have to figure that out. Alright, so now the coaster's lit up a little bit. Looking good so far with the pathways. Here we are adding an RMC based off of a real life one. It's the old Georgia Cyclone at Six Flags Over Georgia. Converted it to Twisted Cyclone by RMC. And then what I did right there was I just clicked on the queue system and then started it at the entrance to the ride and made it longer. Because again, you never know. Me duplicating the toilet blocks because you can never have enough toilets around. Went in. So here's me adding the information booth after I reset the time to daylight. Game was being stupid there, so I had to click out of the information box and then replace it. Trying to find a place to put another one. So there you go. 2 information stalls, the entrance, and some baseline rides just to kind of get us going. There we go. Got the coasters testing. Adding the pathing for the rides here. And then finishing up the episode here shortly. So there we go. Didn't like that, wound up deleting it and making it longer because I'm one where I would much rather have long lines and have really long queues and have short lines versus make a short line and then the ride be super popular and the line is spilling out onto the pathway. So that's what I chose to do there. And then just me adding another flat ride. I wound up not placing it there. I wound up settling with it right there. So this was the exit that was problematic. right here. But it is what it is. Me placing the Q pathing, or trying to. I wound up redoing that path right there just to not have that Q line in the middle of the path. So again, testing all the rides. We'll continue to add. There's me trying to find the organ music on the carousel. Took me a hot minute to find it, which I don't know why. It was like Planet Carnival or something was the name of it. There we go. Adding the music, which you won't hear that in this video because the rides were only testing. But now we add some finishing touches to the episode before we go ahead and get ready to end it. Not sure how many episodes this series will be, but I figure it's a good start, gets us going. Kind of get the vibe of what I want to do here. But yeah, that is the end of this video, this episode. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Look forward to the next episode, and I will see everybody in the next video. And take care.